Alright, so hey guys, and hi myself. So in this video today, I'm gonna have the 10 minute speaking video. Actually, 2 days ago, Saturday and Sunday, I just do one video, just one 10 minute speaking video, because actually I focus on my YouTube work, so I just skip it. I'm gonna say I'm sorry anymore because if I say sorry and I cannot fix it, so it's not sorry, I say I cannot do it. So I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna use the action to show myself. I'm gonna use word, the words to say that. I'm gonna use the action to show that. Okay, so let's start with this 10 minute speaking. Let's do it. Our brain constantly changes. Basically, it's changing. If it's experience is changing. If I push your brain out ahead, if I just did some brain surgery on you right now with a wand and I hold your brain in my hand, it's not going to do anything. And I could have it all day long. You did nothing in your body will function. You change no genetic person, nothing happen, no genetic. But the fact that you haven't done that happened, then like the reason your brain and your genes are doing anything because of thinking, choosing, and firing them up. It's really switch on your thinking, feeling, and choosing switches your genes on. We are thinking, feeling, and thus the memory and fact that the part we are not have not done enough research on, and I have spent 30 years myself researching. You can focus on that because otherwise I can use my brain as an execute for that is a living which I get really different. You can't make a relationship work and now actually we don't say that was doing not those are effects. I can be resized in same household experience, the same challenge, the same divorce and parents I'm too. Everything could be same experience. By 20 years old, I can still view the world in a different way than you. You learn from birth. You learn from studies where you have as old age and one gets alive, one still firing up and still going on. I mean, how you receive things make you one against you. Your mind's moving to your brain. Your brain builds a perception physically into your brain. This is thinking, feeling, choosing. Moment by moment every day. Here's the scenario where I'm constantly seeing negative. So if I have more than 22 to 3 days, constantly thought in a certain way, I have built a very strong tree in my brain. A tree is a talk, but talks are real things. They look like trees. They occupy mental real estate. They're made of proteins. Right? Right now you are growing. With your 400 billion action, you're committing your work and you the listeners into trees in the brain. Now you put a habit and done something for years. You thought in a way for years. Because of experience, because of environment, so the nature you born with this wired lab design, we nurture environment that all your other stuff is right, not the I factor. The things go through life, something but how we see it. So each experience is now adding more and more layers to my initial core. I'm here born and receiving. I may receive receive oh wow, receive in this way. Receive in this way. So this network is built in the brain. And as you keep thinking of network certain ways so you strengthen, you think about the roles toxic talk. So that pattern. You can change person very easily. You stand back, observe their own thinking because it's already designed. This quantum physics that of that you can stand back and observe your own thinking. You can show someone. You see that you're being negative, and you see that is, and you can keep that as always showing someone. This someone away for someone to see, but everyone will choose to do that. Someone had done it and they have been doing it for more than 63 days. They have wired pattern into the brain like pathway, utilizes toxicity, and they use it as reports in all computers. And those computers have been very established. It takes 7 days to build a long-term memory. It takes 63 days to minimum to build a habit, not 21. We have been told 63. I think after that you go to be a sports level. So I have 6 years been growing. I'm a sports warrior. Doesn't mean that who I am. Doesn't who have so I cannot become. It's hard work. I will have to do a lot of micro, so I have to do a lot of advertisement. The use emotional signals like distraction and anxiety. I'm going to have a use to make to find out what it causes why I'm so negative. Long-term memory can be reconceptualized. And it means I always remember. I remember, for example, one who sees the glass half empty and we've been just been in that. It's just like these people just always going to see negative in business meeting. They just always see negative, but that person can change. If they become because about living negative, but they can actually reply that they can really get to the point because of work that you go to the pain of doing it, which people don't want to do today and age. But you can change that and reverse that process. The first step, is that it's gather. Gather that a big word for embrace and knowledge. Embrace, yeah, you embrace. I haven't got to accept it is an issue that the second one is you got to reflect. It is deep reflection. It is process. It is a most painful part. It is a certain will say my friends and about their friends. And they also say that they have got to get for back to sickness or go to the pain before doing or how you heal. So that very is the whole process is hard. I'm not lying, but it's good and then it takes time. It's going to take cycle of 1 days. The second process is deep reflection, where you are basically trying to check back to not necessarily back, but why I'm doing this. And you're saying your trends, you're looking at your trends, your patterns. So the first thing is start just to take okay, this I'm repressed this and emotional warning signals. My body got physical warning signals. So embracing the emotional and physical warning signals from the environment and from yourself. You've been thinking about this, okay, so why am I always negative? Why am I always depressed? Why am I anxious? And as you go through the process, self-reflection, you're getting to the point where you're not, where you just fine, get to, is it day, even day, just a little bit of the point where you find, okay, maybe at the end of 21 days, you say, oh, I'm anxious because I'm actually trying to be a perfectionist. I'm trying to control everything in my environment. It's not quite working out, or maybe it's because there are too much that you have been dealt with. The third thing is about to initially process that we got to do, we do our brand new stuff, right? The third process is bright. When you write, you burn out a lot of and when I say write, it's like literally torn it on the page because you see my sequence that I have loved. Literally spend a minute and a half to 2 minutes doing a HOT, so you could have for a minute and a half. You reflect your minute and a half. You write every minute and a half and then you would recheck. Now recheck is a process where you go back and look for your patterns, the triggers, your what does it mean? So if you think of what will become aware of something going on, I am reflecting why am I feeling, I'm starting to get to the root. That is only a minute and a half. You just move on, writing that down based upon your jumbo you write down. You reach your check back your jumbo and check some level order further your then you go to you get as you get the level of audience. Okay, that's my little tiny task for today. This might be some simple as when I feel this anxiety coming on, I'm gonna commentalize it. I'm gonna worry about it. Tonight is o'clock. But a minute and a half, there's only a little bit of information you gather, which was only a bit of every day. Every day we can solve it all no more built today. These little things change over time. You try and fix it quick, you can get it there. It's a process you have to dig it out of your non-consciousness, a deep investigate deceptive process that you will. So let's say now that you start feeling, okay, I'm worrying because of this one negative. I'm starting to get a glimpse of, or maybe it could be this, maybe it's what I can do today. And that's a little activity, active reach. An active reach is that then I see that even less like a worrying thing, I just wake I'm worried and just one day I'm stuck in getting up so I'm aware of that I'm worrying on the driving towards out today. Still when I'm just broke down and I actually never stop worrying. So cool, what's my active reach? as worry and just hit me in the face when you say, okay, this worry, I can deal with it now, I'm going to deal with it tonight. So now it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you deal with 2 o'clock tonight. As you go through the day, as in that, it also that happens to take the energy away from the worry. Every thought we build is a real living thing. It has energy, it's fiery energy. So if I take the worry toxic, and I say, okay, keep quiet, you can deposit, I'm not going to live with you, and this will be safe for thinking about it. And by the time 6 o'clock tonight comes or later, that thing's lost energy. Back in the 80s, I was trained that the brain couldn't change if I chanted that before that had traumatic brain injury, like major, that had been written off by neurosurgeons and through the deliberate and intentional building of brain learning, growing brains, studying daily. When I back to the university, and I finishing school again high grade because it can happen rather often visible. I'm way too often, just many scientists who have seen shown that when you use the mind of your brain, you change. When shown that when you use your mind, your brain will change. Alright, so this is the end of it. I'm just speaking for today. So see you guys in the 30 minutes.